Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Carlo Ancelotti has held his press conference ahead of tomorrow's game against Crystal Palace. Don't forget, 12:30 kickoff. On the injury front and the suspension front, he did say, with Fabian Delph's suspension, he said he had three midfielders, Sneijder, Sigurdsson and Tom Davies. Two of them will play and one will be on the bench. So it probably could be Morgan Sneijder, I imagine, who will start in place of Fabian Delph, with Tom Davies coming back onto the bench. On Fabian Delph, he said that the player has been brilliant and has got all the qualities that he needs around the club since he come in. So a lot of fans have not quite sure on Fabian Delph. His performance haven't been amazing. Obviously been hit by injuries this season as well, but full backing from the manager, who obviously would prefer to have him in the starting lineup for tomorrow. On the injury front, he said Andre Gomes, obviously he said last time out, would be back for the Arsenal game. He said that they are trying to arrange a friendly game, which would be a behind closed doors at Finch Farm, I imagine, for him to get some game practice ahead of that game against Arsenal in a couple of weeks' time. So that's really, really good news. And on Gomes, he said he's had the operation. The operation was to remove, I think, some scar tissue. And he said they're going to take it step by step, bit by bit. Sounds like lyrics from a song now. But they hope to get him back on the field before the end of the season. So hopefully with this operation, and I know a lot of fans are really disappointed because it's gone on longer, but hopefully, fingers crossed, this will clear it up and there'll be no issues in the future. Whereas maybe if they'd left the scar tissue in, it might have hindered a full recovery. So I'm just trying to take the positives out of that. But anyway, hopefully he'll be back before the end of the season, which is really, really positive. Obviously, after this game, it is the winter break. And Carlo Ancelotti said he's going to give the players 5 days off and then start preparing for the game against Arsenal's trip to Arsenal. So imagine the whole of the next week they'll have off after probably maybe some recovery sessions, Sunday and Monday maybe. So good opportunity to get the players some rest. And he said, I think he is in favour of the winter break. He said after a very hectic Christmas period and January, it is good to have good to get the players refreshed. Although he's got quite a fit squad at the moment. Obviously only really Gomes and Andre Gomes out. The likes of Iwobi back, Sigurdsson back and Richarlison back now. So all positive, and it'll just be about rest and recuperation after this game against Crystal Palace, which is really, really good. Yeah, that's all he had to say, really. On the transfer front, in terms of the window, he said he'd rather it was a smaller window because it meant he would know when the transfer window closed before the season. He would know who he was dealing with. He said it's not good to be dealing with players who want to get away. Obviously, it's been changed back to what it was previously, and will go up to the 1st of September. But that's what they voted for. But he's clearly not a fan and would rather it would be the other way. So, but that's the way it is. I'd rather it close before the season starts. But I suppose in that couple of weeks, if you do get injuries or you do want players who want to leave the club, there's still a chance to move them out. But it still leaves that lingering issue of players maybe leaving the club when you don't want them to. The club have just got to shut that down, I suppose. Crystal Palace, they've got no Cenk Tosun tomorrow, obviously, because he's an Everton player, so he can't play for Crystal Palace, even though he has got an injury, I think. James McCarthy will be back playing for them. Roy Hodgson spoke about him today, saying how he's been getting better and better for them. It'll be his first time back, I think, won't it, at Goodison Park? That'll be interesting. Other news, there isn't that much other news about. Don't forget the Everton women's team play Goodison Park on Sunday against Liverpool in the Merseyside derby. If you want to get down there, I think a lot of the areas of the ground have now sold out, but I think they've just released tickets for the main stand. So great opportunity if if you've got kids and they've never been to Goodison Park before, you've never really been able to get them to Goodison Park because of if you've got a season ticket and stuff, great chance for you to get down to Goodison Park for that. So if you can get down, that'd be fantastic. Support the Everton women's side against Liverpool. Carlo Ancelotti was also asked about Liverpool winning the derby, winning the league at Goodison, and he said Liverpool will win the league, but you know what? There's plenty of other places to win it. So let's not complicate things, basically. And he's absolutely right. You know, win it before, win it after. Just don't win it at Goodison Park. It'll save a lot of headaches for not only the Blues, but also the ticket office and the stewards. So there you go. This has been the Everton News Daily. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out all our other videos, including the match preview, the starting 11 show, and everything else we've got out at the moment. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a like, and if you want more great videos, join us over on Patreon. See you later.